Welcome back to Talking Points, and we're looking at politics in St Lucia. I don't think there is one St Lucia not touched by politics, even though people always say, you know, not me, I'm not in politics, but politics touches them nonetheless. And so we have this discussion here with our representatives from the leading parties in St Lucia, the United Workers' Party, the St Lucia Labour Party, and ONE. Before we took the break, Mr. Cleary, you were on mic and on the floor, and you were saying it didn't make a difference as to when people got the information concerning DSH.
No, I believe that the information is being made available. People are being engaged in discussion. And you see, the issue is that it appears, or it's being made to appear that information people should have been in discussion, should have been consulted. We go back, and as I said, to many major projects that came on stream without any consultation from the people. I am not saying that there shouldn't be consultation. People must be involved. People have to know what is and how it's going to impact on their lives. And a lot of the opposition to the project comes from people who apparently have a steady income, a fixed job. They're not affected in that regard. You go down to the average person down in the South who has been unemployed for the past, or probably the whole life. Somebody who has graduated from secondary school has unemployed for the last 5 years, so the last 10 years who have not been employed. And the situation when you ask these people, they are not concerned about the consultation. I'm not saying people have to be consulted, but they are more interested in when is this thing going to come on stream so that I can benefit from, I can get employment. And these are some of the things that we have to, because the people agitate a lot of the times because, again, of the politics and trying to make most political mileage out of an issue. And we forget, we claim to be the ones in the interest of the poor, but the poor is the least one to benefit, the last person to benefit from it. So in this regard, as I said, whether it would have made a difference, the important thing is letting people know what is happening. Whether it did come before or after, I don't know how much of a difference it would have made.
Huge difference, Mr. Cleary. Huge difference.
Hold on. Let me just ask. There must be a consideration for the jobs that are going to be coming as a result of this project, right? So, are you going to dismiss this, Mr. Alexander, Mr. Jones?
I want to go first.
Okay.
The first thing I'm saying to you is that he talked on the historical perspective about investments, and that's fine, right? But normally, when you have a project, any project, for example, the Royal Town, I think Prime Minister Kenny Anthony come and said when it was being launched, there were 500 jobs in construction and completion 900. We heard nothing like that. The Prime Minister, I mean, I would imagine if I were the Prime Minister and DHS comes to me with that proposal, whatever, the first thing I would ask is how many jobs in it for...
The Prime Minister made it quite clear how many jobs...
No. The Prime Minister never made
No, never.
He never did that.
That question was...
How many jobs? Hold on. How many jobs?
He said that there would be a total at least between 700 to 1,000 horses.
And that figure changes every day, every pronouncement. That figure changes.
3 individuals to manage one horse in terms of grooming.
And how many jobs are we talking about total?
Just for the horses,
right?
At least between 700 to 1,000.
Okay.
No, well, that's what I heard. He said
and the Prime Minister made it clear on a number of occasions. He has said
and there have been press releases that I said we will start.
He said 400 horses.
Then we say 400 horses. Then we hear 800 horses. We hear all sorts of different figures.
This figure,
but that's not even beside the point, because there's something very disingenuous overall that is being said by and that's a whole issue of development. Right now, Jerry, there are 3 other active development proposals in the south of the island. You know, one at Sunset Beach, or Sunset Bay, I think it's going to be called, at St Lucia, right? Which is a 125-room hotel, 40 million and whatnot. You're not hearing anybody complaining about that. Although I think that the UWB did complain about that, by the way, during the campaign, if you do remember. There's another development at Canals, the Petralia Group, which is looking at doing a hotel development inclusive of an 18-hole golf course and condos. There's another development which is already a CIP approved development under the Range Developers, who are also in Dominica doing a hotel there, the Kempinski Hotel. And that is also on the former Black Bay lands, which Mr. Clary knows very well about and the country knows very well about. You're not hearing anybody complaining about those developments. So to say that people are out there as naysayers and they're using scare tactics is unfair. Because you're making it seem that once you have an issue, once you have legitimate issues, you can then label anybody as a naysayer, as using scare tactics. But there are real issues with DSH, real legal, economic, financial, and environmental issues regarding DSH. And I hope we can get a chance to talk about some of these things. Because even when, remember what happened during the 2008 period with Ritz-Carlton, and the government went ahead, gave 500 acres of land into a company, and what ended up happening? The whole thing folded, and then the government had to go back, the Labour Party government had to go back and actually purchase that land. And that was in the Alan Chastain's watch as Minister for Tourism for over $67 million. Right? So to say that there was no attempts, or you're giving the impression that there are no attempts to have developments in the South, that people don't care about the situation of a lot of people in the South is unfair.
Yeah,
but developments come with risk.
But
they come with risk.
What are the risks to the developer then, Mr. Clary? Tell me the risks to the developer.
I heard development comes with risk.
Yeah, but what are the risks to the developer?
What if the Ritz-Carlton had succeeded?
No, what if
the Ritz-Carlton
you want to go to Ritz-Carlton? We're talking about DHS. What are the risks to the developer?
Risks to the developer?
Yes.
There are no risks to the developer. None. He's not putting any major capital, right? He can get land at $1 an acre. You've capped the amount. If he ever wants to buy it, he's capped it at a very, very cheap price. Even cheaper than what St Lucia would have sold lands to at St Lucia. And you're talking about even more valuable lands in Beaufort being sold at a cheaper price. Right? What is the risk? You're giving him passports. You're giving him all the land almost for free. And you're jeopardizing and you're going to have to relocate the landfill. You're saying that the $20 million that you spent in a meat processing facility is not going to be worth anything anymore. You're going to jeopardize agriculture, farming, livestock farming in a huge area around Beaufort. All these risks are being burdened by the people of St. Lucia.
Mr. George, we get the point. We get the point, right? That you don't see anything good about it at all? Is there anything good about the DSH?
Jerry, when this project started, it was looking at a 300-acre footprint, which was largely at a racetrack development and a free trade zone. That is what and a few villas, I think, some villa development. That is what the original proposal was. The problem that you have is if you keep on growing this thing, what you're really doing right now, Jerry, is a divestment of assets of St Lucia, Because what this developer does not have the means in and of himself to invest in this project. He then has this leverage to go out there and seek investors with your passports, right? And the question is, but why are we giving this one investor so much power?
Okay. Mr. Alexander, anything good you see about this particular project, at least from what you said?
Well, the thing is, nobody has not told me anything good. I'm not, okay? They have not, all they say is jobs. But the point is, what are you going to expend in terms of your state capital to get jobs? Okay? I mean, people are saying, well, if you see as the people, they are hungry and what have you, then do we allow them to prostitution? You understand? There is a price for every job. And I think there are certain things that we as a nation have to be proud of, our heritage, our patrimony and so on, which we will not sell for any job. And that is the point in all of this, right? If we're going to have what you said, a calculated risk, like what the minister said, what is the risk for the developer? How is it calculated? Where are we going to benefit? Okay? A calculated risk means that, I buy maybe a car for 10,000 and I can go out and sell it for 5,000. I may get 5. I may get 5, I may get 15,000, or I may get 0. But what I'm saying to you, I cannot see anything that the investor
putting anything into a $2.1 billion.
But he has nothing to lose at the end of the day. That's what I'm saying. He may put in, but he has nothing to lose.
But you don't go into investment to lose.
No, well, yeah, but what I'm saying, but that's the point. Where's the calculated risk?
We do not even know, Peter, how much the investment is, because that $2.6 billion that is being quoted there is what they call a gross value added. In other words, at the end of the project, at 25 years later down the line, this project, if you value it, will be worth $2.6 billion. That's what we were told. But we do not know what the actual investment, the inputs are. In fact, the only thing we know, as per that leaked document, which the government did not put out, in the binding framework agreement, is that all the investor must put in is $5 million US. So 5 out of 2.6 billion? I mean, what is that? Maybe 0.001 of a percent of...
Yeah, we must take a break. We must take a break right now. And when we return, I would like for our panel to look a bit at, two of the other issues related to the DSH, which is basically the CIP program, which is the CIP program, as well as the recent announcement of Part 2, which has been said is the linking of Maria Islet to the mainland. When we come back, we will be discussing these issues in the last part of our program. This is Talking Points.